I'm Natalie.
Hi, I'm Jess.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
Hi, I'm Meg.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Hannah. Welcome to the Stride Sisters podcast. On today's episode, we're talking about one of our very favorite parts of runDisney, the friendships that make the miles even more magical. Our special guests, the Mainstreet Marathoners, are a group of runners who found each other through runDisney and have built a friendship that's gone far beyond the finish line. From training chats and race weekend traditions to staying connected in the off-season, these women are the definition of a found family. Whether you're running solo right now, looking for your race weekend crew, or just love a good story about friendship and finish lines, you're going to love this one. So lace up your shoes and step into the magic with us. Get to a recording is by me randomly pressing record and just hope that we've got it together.
It's kind of like when Mr. Natalie and I are out to eat and he just says, "Oh yeah, we're ready." Well, usually he knows I'm in between two things and that'll just help me make the decision, but he just sets the timer. He doesn't do it on the first pass of the waiter like a crazy person. It's just when I need that little push to make the decision between the two things I'm looking at. Because that'll obviously, I don't want to make them wait. So I'll go with my heart.
Ben also tends to order on the fly. I tend to be more, I make a pick and just stick with it. But we also can't order the same thing because we need to maximize our chances of getting delicious things.
Oh yeah, we divide and conquer.
Mm-hmm.
We are heavy apps people, split an entree, depending on the app situation, but very much a divide and conquer household.
Mm-hmm. I want tapas to, I think it probably is very popular, but tapas and that kind of thing, if I can just order a million apps, a million small plates and just try everything, great.
It's the life.
Mm-hmm. I wish that we could do that for gels. I guess you can. You just go on feed and order one of everything, but
I did not think that's where you were going with that.
It wasn't, but it popped into my head, so I just let it out.
I was going to say, a little one of everything is kind of how I pack the vest.
Yeah. No, it is. Although my favorite, the Cliff Block sour apple, there's always more than one of those. Because that's my rescue if something goes bad, that's what we're pulling out because it's sour enough and strong enough in flavor that if something tastes bad, you're never going to taste that again. And it makes me happy.
And that's what's important.
Mm-hmm. How's your training been going?
Well, a bit of a swing and a miss this week. We were traveling last weekend and came home with a little bit of a cold. So in light of that, I have been resting and not running. Also, when I get sick, and it's something that I've pretty much I don't know, as we record, I almost said Thursday night. Oh my God, it's been such a long week. Wednesday night.
We're recording quite early.
I get I get stiffness in my neck because my lymph nodes all swell up. Cute, fun, nice, but it hurts. So, not conducive to running. I'm pretty much have slept it off. So I think maybe, I don't know if we got hacked on in the airport or something like that. So I'm fine overall, but it's again, why push it at this point? I think my body just needed a little bit of rest. So
you haven't been sick in a while. The timer was ticking. Me too. I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I'm afraid of is that since I feel I kind of scooped myself out of full blown sick, that when it comes, she's coming.
Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't turn out like COVID and I don't get sick in a few days.
Yeah, true. True.
My training was, I guess, a little more productive than yours, but I'm not sick. The treadmill has made its debut.
Woo.
It's beautiful. The screen is absolutely ginormous. The speakers are loud. The fan is absolutely useless. So we clipped on a little like portable, which is fan that's definitely meant for like baby strollers, but I bought once upon a time to clip inside our car so Peppy could have her own fan in the back seat.
Aw.
And so I clipped that on the treadmill. We're going to get like a high velocity fan or something to like point at the treadmill, but the fan is basically useless built in. But everything else about it is amazing. It's got all the streaming platforms built in, so I just logged all of them in so I can watch whatever I want. There's great free programming. There's like a tablet holder above the ginormous screen, so like I could put my Apple Fitness on the tablet and watch a TV show and be like working out and watching a show, all the things,
Nice.
all the time. And it's got all the buttons I wanted. And yeah, it's just great. So I've been really enjoying that. And I'm trying to get myself back on like some semblance of like a schedule so that I'm not eons behind when this half marathon that Ben wants to run in August comes around, because we still haven't registered for it, but we're probably going to do that. It's been a pretty good week, I guess. I'm sorry you're sick.
I've had a day today, so it's one of those things where it wasn't even a particular, it was just a really, really, really busy one, more so than it was like a tough one. So it was one of those things where I just like, what day is it, first of all?
Mm.
Secondly, I kind of forgot about like being sick until like I went to like kind of like scratch. I'm like, oh yeah, my neck is a little tender. Like that lymph node's a little lymphing. Like what the, it was a day.
Well, I'll give you a minute to, reconfigure your mind, figure out where you are while
Good
I do
luck.
the countdown days. We have 100 days until Disneyland Halloween Half Marathon 2025. I love it when they're round numbers like that. Very exciting. If you are running the Halloween any of the races, let me check on what your training load is. So we're looking at, again, your standard 30-minute runs, or 30 to 45 if you're in the challenge, on Tuesday and Thursday. And then on Saturday, if you are running the 10K, you have 2.5 miles. If you are running the half marathon on the beginner plan, you have 2 miles. If you are running the half marathon on the experienced plan, you have 5 miles. And if you are running the challenge, you also have 5 miles. Good luck to everyone in their training. We have 149 days until Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend 2025. We have 225 days until Marathon Weekend 2026. Your shirt deadline is approaching shortly on June 15th, 2025, and proof of time is on July 1st, 2025. So if you need to get a last minute race in for your proof of time, get on that. You have 247 days until Disneyland Half Marathon Weekend 2026, with a shirt deadline of July 16th, 2025, and your proof of time deadline on August 1st, 2025. 275 days until Princess Half Marathon Weekend 2026. Club Run Disney registration is on June 17th, 2025, and general registration is on June 24th, 2025. You have 324 days until Springtime Surprise Weekend 2026. Club Run Disney registration is on July 22nd, 2025, and general registration is on July 29th, 2025. At least we're almost out of registration season.
Which is also kind of crazy. Your Club Run Disney registration, we're still in our gold renewal period. Oh, fun fact, that unsurprisingly sold out for platinum fast. I think people are saying within 10 minutes. I renewed for another year gold, and I was curious if it was going to be available, not that I was going to buy platinum, but and it was gone by the time I looked at half an hour after they opened it. So, um and again, as expected, counting down to when it goes on sale for the general public.
Which is?
June 10th.
There we go. What about some Disney news, Natalie?
Well, there's something epic happening across the street that happened and opened, but we're not talking about that right now. And but happy Epic Universe opening to those who celebrate. But I think that a kind of interesting piece of news is that Run Disney training plans got refreshed on the Run Disney website.
They did. They've got a whole new color scheme, and there's a few differences.
Yeah, I feel like we could talk about this for like a long time.
We could. We'll keep it succinct. Maybe if you guys want to hear more, we can like do a full episode where we break down changes to the training plans. I'm pretty sure I have all the old ones downloaded, so we could do a side-by-side comparison. And I when I give the training like what miles you have this week, I'm doing that off of the old ones. So let us know if you want me to start giving the new refreshed timeline mileage, or if you want to stick to the old one, or if you want to hear both. It's going to get complicated.
It's just my life, man. That's just
Yeah.
par for the course. But yeah, it was definitely interesting to see that when I saw that email. Something that's not really related to this at all, but when you go in, if you have like a bib opening and like putting yourself into the virtual queue, like a Run Disney registration, I got prompted to add a like code to prove I'm not a robot this week when Wine and Dine reopened, and then my flabbers were gasted, so I was like I had to take a screenshot first, and then like then I like put the code in, and then it puts you in the queue. So it's not like it's that from like you get in the queue and then you have to do that to get entered into the like room where would purchase. But I thought that was very interesting, and I'm curious what prompted it. Like, were bots actually buying? I know bots buy stuff like on Disney websites all the time, but like, how would a bot buy a bib? Is what I actually
Don't know. It's
yeah, I don't
actually
want to
not
know.
that hard.
No, I mean, what would the bot? Okay, not that part of it, but it's more why would a bot buy a bib? Like, what is a bot going to do with a bib?
Oh, that's not why people use bots. They would use bots for speed. If
Oh,
you
to like
can
just get
write a
it fast.
program to do it fast, like to log in, have all the information in the database sent to the fields and click through the buttons really quickly, way faster than any human could do it. People in my like freshman engineering class were doing that to skip through like slides and presentations and stuff. And that's just like not even, that's just for time savings, not for people trying to make money.
Yeah, I guess maybe the way I was thinking about it is like resellers and whatnot. It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, what benefits? Like, it's not like you can just resell that bib of like, I don't know, going to the extent of doing that. But I guess if you're a freshman in college, like a freshman in college can do that and build a bot to do that to save like not that much or save some time for
Mm-hmm.
probably not that much effort. She
Yeah.
says, with no knowledge of how that would actually work. But yeah, I always when they change things, like I'm always like, what problem prompted this?
I would like to know if someone in Disney IT would like to consult or confer with someone who's not in Disney IT but also works in the IT adjacent world. I'd love to have that discussion.
Yes, what risk are you trying to protect against? What is this control for? Let me get into my world a
Yeah.
little bit more.
Maybe their cybersecurity team can let me know what threat they're mitigating with the Am I a Robot?
Yeah, it wasn't even one of the like a specific like I did not have to pick out which things were light fixtures or what's the bicycle, and you're like, is that blob there a bicycle? Like, that's not a bicycle in a distance, is it?
Believe it or not, I get the letter ones wrong more than I get the picture ones wrong. Because like a 7 and a 2 and a 1 can all look very similar in that format. And or a Z or an L. All can kind of blur.
True.
I'm not good at those. They probably think I'm a robot. Maybe I am. Ooh.
Yeah, if you haven't seen her in person, do you actually know? Never seen Hannah and a robot in the same room, let me tell you.
Maybe Natalie has this podcast alone. Natalie's talking to a robot.
While I could entertain myself in that regard, my God, Hannah AI.
Hey, why not? We got Claude. I could be next.
Oh my God.
Okay, back to some Disney news.
I was gonna say, speaking of something that is,
it's not robots, but it's aliens, which is kind of tangential.
I was like, it's kind of alien and can be scary. Lilo and Stitch live action opened this past Friday. Mr. Natalie is so interested in seeing this. He is like fully on board. He thinks Stitch is cute, or live action Stitch is cute. He's like, the music's a bop, which certified yes bop. I'm excited. I'm actually excited. I think he actually like wants to see this in theaters, which he has never said about a live action Disney movie.
Ben and I are gonna have I guess, because I'm talking from past Hannah perspective, we're supposed to go see my parents for the holiday weekend, but we also want to have a back-to-back. Instead of Barbenheimer, we're gonna have Mission Impossible and Lilo and Stitch. Mission Lilo and Stitch.
I like it. Some of the refurb has been done at the French Quarter. Yay.
So all the rooms are back open. The pool is back open. They did a paint refresh, I guess, on the pool bar. If you've stayed in French Quarter, it's still like the
Ooh.
same place and everything. They just have, refurbed everything. So it's a nice shape now. And yeah, so you won't have to worry about there being construction noises or equipment just like on the lawn there if you're going to be there anytime soon, which I highly recommend. It's one of my favorite places.
Yeah, they moved over to Riverside as they
Yeah.
refurb Magnolia Terrace or Magnolia Bend area.
Mm-hmm. That one's gonna last a while.
Yeah, but it'll be exciting though, and I didn't even feel like those rooms were that like outdated. So it'll be really nice when they're like refurbed, because your room at French Quarter was so nice and brand new, spanking new.
It was. I enjoy having a door on the bathroom.
Yeah, that's clutch. Steaming up a little bit in there. Definitely nice. So today is the opening day for Unfairly Ever After and the reopening for the Little Mermaid musical adventure in Hollywood studios.
Yay, shows are back.
We are so bad. Yeah, right before they absolutely take a pest control to Kermit the Frog across the park.
Poor Kermit. They did add him to a Skyliner, though.
I saw that.
It doesn't make up for it, but they did add him to a Skyliner. The whole crew, actually. They're all on there, but...
Hashtag justice for Gonzo. Rip in peace, almost. Oh, that's so weird that that's like imminent now. It's in the next week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Week and a half? Yeah, something like that. My days are running together, everybody. Even though I'm not.
Well, why don't you tell us about a day in the past then?
Yeah, that sounds like a great time. So on this day in 1977, Disneyland holds a grand opening ceremony for its newest attraction, Space Mountain, just in time for Memorial Day weekend. Attending the debut are the 6 surviving astronauts from the original 7 Project Mercury space travelers and the widow of the 7th. It is the second Space Mountain in the world because the first one opened at Walt Disney World.
Woo!
Very few things I feel like of like those kind of classic rides opened at Walt Disney World first. So I actually did not know that until I just read it.
Yeah, that's true. think most of the imagination happens elsewhere.
Oh my God. Don't even get people started about that, about how Disneyland gets everything. Oh baby, that is a hot topic. On this day in 2016, starting on this Friday night, Disney's Animal Kingdom features nocturnal entertainment for the first time, including projections on the signature Tree of Life and nighttime tours of the savannah, where lions, giraffes, and monkeys roam. The park stays open till 11 p.m., a first for the 18-year-old Dak. Aw, it was finally legal. It bought a lottery ticket. Disney has carefully designed lighting and soundtracks to ensure the animals won't be disturbed. They had this like backlighting over the safari that was pretty sweet, which I assume is maybe still there? Question mark. I don't know.
I haven't been there that late in a while. Because when you go in the winter, they close. They're always, which for their lot, it's always closing earlier. They wait till later to stay open later. They did bring after hours back though, so.
Indeed, they did. That's where late night hours are going to be instead of Magic Kingdom on Wednesdays in July. That's because people are. It's rumored that that's when Starlight is going to open the parade, nighttime parade in Magic Kingdom. Wow, this is actually like a really big like news day. Because in 2017, it'd be History Day, Fun Fact Day. Pandora, the world of Avatar, opens to the general public.
Big for Dak too. Dang.
Yes. Oh, don't worry, we're not done yet.
Oh my goodness.
Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, an accelerated drop tower dark ride attraction, opens at Disney's California Adventure.
Dang. May's a good month.
May 27th, baby. It's a big one. We're, you know what? This makes up for the fact that it's my half birthday.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes.
This would make quite the flashback in my Facebook memories or my Snapchat flashback or whatever it's called. I don't know. Does TikTok have a feature like that yet? It's probably not old enough.
You're not asking the right person for that.
I have no idea. Natalie and I are not TikTok competent.
I've never been on TikTok.
I've been on purely because we have the account for the pod that we do not update. But yeah, unless like we're just sort of trying to figure out reels, then maybe we'll venture.
Yeah, so here's the thing, everybody. I find enough ways to waste my own time as is. I don't need something that is basically engineered to find me more ways to waste my time, right? Like I'm already chronically online. I don't need something that's like, I'm going to learn weird little rabbit holes you like to go down. No, for my own good, not cuz I'm all mature. No. It's cuz I'm immature and I need to not be on the talk because I will never leave the talk. That's the problem. So I know myself. I will end up like on like a rabbit hole, like some random topic. Like, yeah, no, we just don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I'm busy enough as is without like revenge procrastination getting a new turn.
Well, as you may have heard at the very beginning of this episode, we do have some guests and they might have some more experience with TikTok and Reels and such than we do. So we're very excited to welcome the Mainstreet Marathoners. Okay, maybe if I let someone volunteer to introduce themselves.
Nose goes.
We can't see Mary Beth or...
My name's Jamie. My Instagram handle is Jamie's Fit Fairy Tale. And I live in North Carolina, and currently I'm sitting next to Mary Beth because I have no power.
Welcome. Mary Beth, you want to go next?
Yeah. I am Mary Beth. A lot of people call me MB. My Instagram handle is MB Runs to the Castle, and I also live in North Carolina.
And she has power.
And I have power.
Love that for you. Love that for us. All right, Jess, you're up next.
I'm Jess. My Instagram handle is Jess Runs Disney, and I'm from Pennsylvania.
Megan?
I am Megan or Meg. I go by both. My Instagram handle is Meg Runs for Margs, and I am in Atlanta.
We love another Atlanta girly, even if you are far away.
ATL.
Lindsay?
My name's Lindsay. Instagram handle is Linz Runs Diz, and I am originally from Pittsburgh, but Sarasota, Florida now.
Oh, lucky duck. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the podcast. Everyone knows Natalie and I, so I don't think we have to introduce ourselves again, but hi.
If somehow you got yourself here and you didn't know who I was, first of all, sorry. Secondly, there's a couple of other episodes for you to listen to. You can just work your way through those too.
All right. Let's kick it off and let the people know. How did you guys become friends? Because this whole episode, we're focusing on finding your girl gang. So we'd love to hear from you guys. Who wants to get us started?
So I met Mary Beth through Instagram right after I started my running page. And we were like kind of mutuals, would like comment on each other's story, like, oh, good job on your run or something. And then we met at Princess last year. I think it was for the half. I think we only met up once during the races. And we were sitting in the corrals. We're just like, yeah, maybe after the races we'll meet up for a drink or we'll become friends or something. Who knows? We ran the half, we finished it, we took a nap, and we both ended up in Epcot. And Kat, who unfortunately isn't here, was with Mary Beth at the time. And I saw they were at Epcot and I shot my shot and I was like, hey, I'm here too. And we met up in the Americas pavilions and we all became instant besties. And one by one, we just kind of added to the group.
That's amazing. Who was next? Who joined into the squad?
It was Lindsay, I think.
Yeah, no, basically just put out on one of the Run Disney groups, looking to run for Dopey, was going to go charity because did not want to deal with general registration. And yeah,
Wise.
exactly. 5 minutes later, Megan's sliding into my DMs, and the rest was history. We started the group chat, and kind of like she said, one by one, just added more.
You always have to have at least one who's willing to put themselves out there. That's Natalie, by the way, not me. Jess, were you the final piece of the puzzle?
No,
No.
no, that was Jamie.
Oh, okay.
But it was doing the dopey training with Run Fit Mama, and I was like looking for an accountability partner, and then MB was like, I'll be your accountability partner, whatever. So we were like texting and stuff, and then she's like, let me introduce you to the other girls that are like doing dopey and princess and stuff. And then I got introduced. And this was in like October, I feel like. And then
So
ever
still
since
plenty of time.
what?
Still plenty of time till Dopey.
Yeah. And then I was introduced to the group chat. And yeah, here we are.
All right, Jamie. How'd it happen? You're the last. I'm confused how you were the last one, considering you live down the street from MB.
Okay. Listen. So, I mean, we can back it up. So, Mary Beth was my husband was doing this car show thing, and Mary Beth and her family showed up, and Mary Beth was wearing a Run Disney shirt. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do Run Disney so bad. And we had never met each other. And I just started talking to her, and she started talking to me, and we became friends. And then she peer pressured me very nicely. She was able to last minute help me find a bib for Princess this past year, and I had never run a race before. It was my very first race ever. It was so fun. And then Meg was there too, so I met Meg there. And they just kind of took me into the fold after my horrible jokes on the hub grass. And, now they're stuck with me. I say that all the time. Literally stuck with me. So Mary Beth is the glue who kind of connected all of us, I'm going to say. And now you're welcome.
And I kind of think that's the best part about all of this is all of us together have only been friends for just a little over a year. And like if you were to look at us like at the corrals or in the parks, you would have wholeheartedly believed that we have been friends for decades.
Oh,
I
that's
was just
precious.
telling everyone, like, if we go a couple hours, like, without texting, like, I'm like, okay, guys, what are you guys doing? Because my phone's not going off. I need to know what you guys are doing right now.
I want to see what you're making for dinner. Okay.
I mean, that's a daily conversation.
What's
From
for
the time
dinner
we
tonight
wake up
then?
to the time we go to bed.
Yeah.
Literally.
If you go to bed too early, you might wake up to like 700 text messages.
And it's
That's
always
like
random.
Hmm.
It's,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a stream of consciousness and like fantastic every time.
You can always tell when we get delusional.
Yes. Yes.
So Kat was last year. When did Sarah come into the group too?
Sarah was after me, so it wasn't too long after
Mm-hmm.
that. So probably in like April or May of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sarah did the same thing. She posted on her Instagram story. She was like, I'm looking for accountability. And I was like, look, I got some amazing girls. Like, I feel like you would fit in really good. So I just added her, and she's like our little sister. Like, she is like our group's little sister.
She is.
She's the
She's the baby
baby.
of the group.
And she's actually in Magic Kingdom right now.
oh,
She
jealous.
called us from Pirates.
We hate her for that. Oh, we love her.
I take it she's local, or is she on like a day trip?
She's in the Panhandle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then she's there for like a bachelorette trip or something.
Ooh.
I think.
We kind of did that for Natalie's before her wedding. A bunch of the bridesmaids, we all kind of met up for Princess Weekend.
Yes. Ish. Where everybody stayed with their spouses, me with my mom, and was separated. And we really didn't do anything bachelorette at all. But
But we were all there.
we were there at the same time. Throwback.
I mean, Run Disney has definitely trained us for day trips, let me tell you.
Honestly, in a way, Run Disney trained me well for my wedding day because let me tell you, being awake for way too many hours and still being a feral monster at the end of the day, because I had a dance floor to be on. So, of course, I was.
Mhm.
I wore like my running sock, like marathon socks. I put marathon socks on my feet so I could make sure I could, enjoy the dance floor.
She lasted longer than I did. That's for sure.
I mean, I would hope so at my own nuptials, but
All right, Natalie, what's next on the agenda?
so diving in a little bit deeper, I'd love to. God, there had to have been a better transition than that.
Not with this group, my friend.
I want to hear a little bit about each of your like Run Disney story, like your history. When did it start? When did it? I know Jamie that this past princess was your first race, and kind of how did that even all come to be for you guys?
Jamie, when you go, you have to add in your races that you're signed up for.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
dear God. Yeah. I'm not going first this time. Someone else.
Nose goes.
I can just go. So we're just talking about like how we got into Run Disney.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was 2022. I saw a friend run through the castle in a tutu, and I was like, I need to do that. That looks amazing. So I saw signups, and this was before I knew anything about Run Disney. So I just nonchalantly went onto the computer at like 10:30 in the morning. I walked away to go get my wallet, came back, like took my time putting my card number in. And I was like, if I get in, cool. If I don't, because I'm not a runner, I don't I don't run. This is just like a pipe dream. And then I got in and I immediately started running the next day and started crying because I was like, what the heck have I gotten myself into? Like, I'm about to run a half marathon and I am not a runner. But yeah, I started my Instagram because I was like, I want to know people who are running Disney because I think it would be cool to have friends and make this a thing. And yeah, it's been one of probably the best things I have ever done. And it was off a whim.
That's solid. Mine was also on a whim, so relatable. And also because I saw a friend running through the castle.
I love this.
It was me.
All right, Lindsay, you're up.
Based off of who makes the worst face.
Just say a name at this
Yeah,
point.
basically. But yeah, so my Run Disney journey started in 2021, I guess technically. One of my friends from back home had always done Run Disney, so I said, you know what, let's sign up for the marathon. Well, never came to fruition. It was canceled due to COVID. So after we moved, I signed up for the 2022 half marathon for marathon weekend, and honestly, it has spiraled ever since. These guys are not the best financial advisors, so if I say I'm not doing something, it is more or less a lie. So, but yeah, it's been a great experience thus far, and this year's definitely going to be fun, especially because we have a lot of things planned.
Look, the only reason there's any financial accountability on this podcast is because my mom listens. So no worries. All right, Meg, you're up.
My mom and I, growing up, would talk about doing Run Disney and stuff, and it's just something we never got to do growing up. So, 2023, I think I just saw signups for Princess, and I signed up just for the 5K, and I'm like, hey, this would be fun just to say that I did it, and that's that. And we all know that's a lie. So I came back for Wine and Dine, and then I came back 2024 for Marathon Weekend, and I only did the 5 and the 10 for that. And I just kept seeing all these dopey bibs, and I'm like, I bet I could do that. As delusional as I was at the time, still probably am. Um,
Okay, delusion gets you over the threshold.
got me somewhere. Um, so I did that. I did Princess with my mom finally last year for the first time, and signed up for Dopey, did a whole year of training for Dopey, created my Instagram account mainly just to keep myself accountable because I'm like, hey, I have to keep up with posting. And if I'm going to post, I have to have actually done it. And then I met all these wonderful friends, and I have been broke ever since.
It's okay, we're happy broke.
We're rich in memories and good times. A number of shoes we've bought in the last several years.
Shoes might be the saddest of the costs because you just know they're going to get destroyed.
Yeah. Finally took my new Run Disney Brooks out on a run this weekend. I was like, because I bring them out to Mr. Natalie, and I'm like, look, which one should I wear today? And he's like, you haven't worn any of it. Because then there was a third pair that also that I hadn't worn yet. He's like, well, we determined that which ones would get least destroyed by all the construction dust in my neighborhood. And I was like, I'm determined to not let especially the mini Ghost Maxes live in a museum. They are meant to be worn. But also, they haven't left my house because they're so beautiful and perfect right now. And my neighborhood's under construction and it's dirty.
Mm-hmm.
That just means when they inevitably do the dopey ones for marathon weekend,
Mm-hmm.
I will never recover. Like, it'll be a suitcase for that. Like, we'll be shipping things home, and like I will be taking it'll be. I don't even want to talk about it.
Lindsay just bought white tennis shoes, and I said, how long are we going to keep them
And you
white?
know what? I took them out for a run today, and they are still white. for now.
Woohoo.
Believe it or not, I had a white and black pair of Brooks, I don't know, a while ago, and they were the ones that stayed the cleanest because Brooks very strategically placed black like along the heel stripe and then like right at the toe. So the places that did get dirty were black. That was a genius move on their part.
Oh, I bissel mine sometimes. Like before race weekend, I'll bissel mine.
That's smart.
Yeah, as it's like 0 degrees outside, it's like 2 days to go till marathon weekend. I'm sitting inside my house with my Bissell vacuum, like hunched over a towel, like trying to get the dirt out of my teal Brooks. Mr. Natalie just doesn't ask. He just accepts that sometimes he'll just find me around the house doing something of God. No, he just doesn't question it.
I want to get one of those steam cleaners to clean the grout in our bathroom just to see. And I feel like if I used that on a pair of shoes, we could get some serious cleaning action going.
I like it.
Sorry, guys. We thought my husband showed up here. We just stalked him and he didn't know. So
No worries.
yeah.
All right, Jess, you're up.
I started in 22 for Springtime Tower of Terror. My best friend signed me up. She's like, the 5K was sold out, so the 10 miles the only one open. So she's like, we're doing it. So then I did that. And then I did a few 5Ks. And then 23, I did the 5K marathon weekend. And I just saw everyone walk around with all those medals for Dopey. And I said, I'm doing Dopey next year. So I did. So I did Dopey in 24. And then I also did Dopey in 25. And then I'm signed up for next year again. But then last springtime, I think was when I created my Instagram handle just because I was like, I get like my friends and family from home like enjoy it, but they don't enjoy seeing all these posts like everyone that does run Disney. So I was like, I'm not gonna annoy them. So that's when I made my Disney handle. And same thing for accountability and everything. And it made some of the best friends through Run Disney.
It's crazy how you can never you can meet people for whatever your hobby is, whether it's Run Disney or something completely different. Never met them ever and be the best of friends.
Oh, for sure.
It's like I've literally met you in person one time. Or sometimes it's like, oh, this person who I've been talking to for like 2 straight years, I'm going to go meet them at 3 a.m. in the parking lot in Florida.
Yep.
And hope you don't get kidnapped.
I feel like if you told any like normal person that, they'd be like, all right, psycho.
Way to go get murdered.
Literally.
But no, it's a big greeting. No, you're just in a cult.
That's what my supervisor at work says. He's like, you're a part of a cult. And I was like, but it's a fun one.
Yeah, but we get cute hats.
There's fake cheese at the
Oh,
end.
give me all the plastic cheese.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, I gotta know who is like pro plastic cheese versus anti.
Give me the cheese.
I like it
If
after.
it's heated up, it has to be heated up.
Just give me the cheese
Do
straight
you
up.
just donate your cheese to others?
My lactose intolerant self could not handle that if it tried. So I
Fair.
graciously donate it to Lindsay or Sarah, depending on who I see first.
And I happily take it.
I was team no cheese for the first like 2 years of Run Disney. And then after Dopey, it was literally the best thing I ever ate. And then I went back for Princess and I was like, you know, this stuff's not that bad.
I literally saw MB eating the cheese, and I was concerned for her health because I knew how much she was like anti-cheese. So that's saying something.
Especially when she did it for Princess, because you were like, okay, is it good just because I ran a marathon, or is it like actually good?
And it was actually good for Princess.
But if it's heated up, though, it is good. Like when you get it at like Hollywood Studios or whatever, when it's warm.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hit the
I
same.
don't know. It doesn't hit the same. Okay, well, I'll take you up on that when I run more than whatever.
No, I like it cold better.
No cheese will ever hit the way it hit when I was sitting in my bed after my first dopey the next morning, procrastinating packing my room up because I couldn't really move, with my feet up and just eating my snack boxes in my bed with the sense of accomplishment, but also to energize me because I knew that just overall I did okay in terms of like being able to move. It was just, the any movements up and down, like up and off the toilet, up and off the bed, like just not good. Not good.
If you ever needed evidence of how infamous the plastic cheese is, I guess, I was this marathon weekend when I was going through the half, I think, I forgot my butt bag and was receiving my snack box. The person in front of me had her butt bag and was walking through and said trick or treat as she walked up to the snack boxes and bananas and received 3 snack boxes.
That's so funny.
Turns around, looks at me, and is like, "This is the best day ever! 3 plastic cheese!"
I want to be her.
I've never met. I don't know this human, but that was the interaction we had about plastic cheese.
I love that.
Hopefully she's watching this and will message you and be like, I am the plastic cheese girl.
That would be amazing. If
That'd be
you're
so
out there,
good.
let me know.
Right around Halloween, so we can literally be like trick or treat.
That is a fantastic idea, actually.
I'm going to try that now. Let's see how many plastic pieces I can get, and I will gladly give them to you, Liz.
Thank you. And don't forget the little toasted crackers. Joe greatly appreciates those.
Jared
so
actually
They're
loves
good.
so
those too.
foul.
No. Alone they're not great, but as a vehicle for cheese, they're amazing.
Princess weekend, I brought home an entire snack box just full of the biscuits for my husband. None of us ate them.
I happily donated my biscuits to her husband.
I donated too.
You know, if you save them, you can turn them into some pretty sweet adult Lunchables.
Oh,
that's a smart idea.
They do sell them at the grocery store, though, because we found them.
Mm-hmm. I bought an entire, 50 count or whatever of the cookies that they handed out during the marathon. You can order them on Amazon, and they're beautiful.
I love that.
Kat, who's not on right now, actually gifted us a box of 50 of those for Princess. It was fantastic.
Beautiful. They're so good.
You're so good.
All right, Jamie, I think you're up.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So I am the newest to the runnings. I have the furthest distance that I've gone really is like a 5K. So my first Princess was this year. My first runDisney run at all was the 5K. And I did it with Mary Beth and with Megan. And it was so fun. I loved it. I was like, ooh, I'm addicted. I'm like, I'm in trouble because I'm a huge Disney fan. So, like, we're in trouble. And then I ended up getting a last-minute charity bid for springtime. I ran the 5 in springtime. So then I'm like, ooh, now I'm really in trouble. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and do every race coming up. If that made sense to me. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, so I was like, I'm going to do one every single race. So I just signed up for charity to do the 10K at Wine and Dine. And then Mary Beth and I are scouring for marathon weekend, and I am doing challenge for Princess plus the 5K is the plan. So that'll be my first half marathon. And then the 10K will be my first 10K. So I'm slowly working my way up. We're getting there, and we'll see what happens for marathon weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
It's such a good first half.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm nervous, but they keep telling me I got it.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing about this group of girls is, like, honestly, so uplifting. Like, whenever one of us is running a race, someone's tracking, someone's saying, keep going, keep doing this, and our group chat is just flowing and, like, crazy going the whole time. So, I don't know, it's really is uplifting, and even when you think you can't do something, you have a group of like 7 or 8 girls who are like, no, you're doing it. Case in point today, I cried. Mary Beth and I both ran a race today, and
Oh,
it was a Spartan.
congratulations.
And I cried. And she videoed me crying, saying, I can't do this.
And I'm screaming, yes, you can.
But and it was great, right? Because we have that support system. So, I don't know. Anyway, the end.
But it's only the beginning.
Oh yes. It's just beginning.
Feel your heart beat faster.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you got that. I was waiting for someone to do that. Oh, I love you.
Trust me, if there's weird little, like, I don't know, and I'll straight face weird references to not that one's weird, but I have a keen eye for that because that's like half my sense of humor is that.
How can I
Were
turn this
those lyrics
conversation
from
into
Happily
a song?
Ever After?
Pardon?
Was that from Happily Ever After?
Yeah.
Jess, how did you not know
There's
that?
one red
Yes.
flag.
Yeah.
Wish is purest.
One
I
thing
think
also about this group is we love to throw red flags at like the stupidest things.
Tell me about a Run Disney red flag that.
Oh God. Don't read our
No,
group chat.
Yeah, we're done if that ever gets leaked.
Literally.
Well, like Jess doesn't
Pickles.
like pickle juice
or
Oh.
mustard.
or mustard. And like pickle juice, when you're like on a half marathon and you just need a little thing, like it's life changing. And it's a red flag that she doesn't want to enjoy that with us.
Pickle juice at mile 8 hits.
I think Mary Beth and I took a pickle juice shot during the marathon when we were entering Magic Kingdom,
We did.
right when we were going towards Adventureland.
Did you bring it with you or did someone have it?
No, we packed it.
I love that for you.
I gifted one to Meg,
It was
That's
my
so good.
first one.
and I'm sad I missed it.
You were having a day though, so it's okay.
Yes, I was.
Jess, do you have an alternative to the pickle shot?
I just wing it.
We just hope and pray for our electrolyte balance.
Just lick my cheek a little bit because I'm a salty sweater.
I like the Honey Stinger waffles, and then the high chew or the not high chews. What am I talking? The Cliff Blocks energy
Oh,
chews.
so good.
And then I had nerd gummy clusters. I had a whole vest full of stuff this marathon, but I was over it by mile 13, so I tossed it on the side. And yeah.
Hold on,
And then I
back it up. All right, we need to elaborate on this.
No, Jess, you have to tell the full story all the way to the shoe.
Oh, the shoe.
Yes.
Literally a shoe.
Okay,
Get it together,
so
Jess. Get it together.
okay. So I never have ran with a vest before, so red flag of why I would try the day of the marathon.
Never
was
try anything
awful.
new.
But I was like, oh, I'm gonna stop and get a drink to cross the finish line for the marathon. So I was like, I'm gonna have my ID with me. Okay.
Okay.
Mile 13, I was like, all right, I'm pitching this vest on the side in TTC parking lot.
Wait, you threw the whole vest out? I thought you just
Yeah.
dumped the bladder.
I didn't even have water in my vest.
Oh my goodness.
Yes! You're savage. Oh my God.
I was just carrying it. I just had some salt tabs, some gummies, some nerd clusters, and some peanut M&Ms. All some gummy bears, everything. Yeah, no water, just little snacks. So I was getting ready to pitch it, and I literally pulled like a handful of different things out and just shoved it in my short pocket. So those shorts I threw out because the gummies and everything were just stuck to my shorts, the inside pocket.
Yep.
So fast forward to ending the marathon, and I went back to the hotel room, and they were going to Epcot for drinks, to celebrate, to hang out, to party, whatever. And I could not find my ID. And I was like, oh my God, I leave at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Like, this is bad. I can't leave until I find it. Couldn't find it. Go back. Tell like the agent, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's on mile 13 of the marathon yesterday. Like, I don't have my ID. It was super easy to go through TSA because he like believed me because he saw my medals. Fast forward 2 weeks, whenever I was going to Disneyland, I needed my ID. So I go to the DMV because I still couldn't find my ID. Go home, start packing for Disneyland, unpack my carry-on suitcase, pull out a pair of shoes, and my ID was in my sneaker.
Oh.
So yeah.
And we just get a picture of like her shoe with the ID in it, and it was gold.
I still don't understand how you ran for 10 plus miles with an ID in your shoe and didn't feel it. I don't get that.
I don't
I do
either.
love that for you. It is very on brand, but
Hey, but if you need a secure place for your ID, we know a place.
It's Jess's
Jess's shoe is the vault.
So this year for the marathon, I am not carrying my ID on me. I am giving it to Lindsay.
Because I will not toss my vest.
But we've already determined that your shoe is such a safe place.
I know. But if I take my shoe off at mile 25 to get a drink, is it
You have a
actually going to
problem.
go back on?
Probably not.
No.
The finish line photo, one hand has a beer, one hand has a shoe.
That
You
would
can
be
dress
so
up like
good.
Christina Yang from Grey's Anatomy.
Yes.
So good.
You know, I just tuck my ID in the back of my phone case, but you know, the shoe, it's pretty good.
I was pretty delirious all marathon, so.
But I think my question always will be, you still could have came to Epcot.
But I was worried about TSA
Valid.
and like flying because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Am I stuck in Florida?
Good thing I have a house
There
here.
were things. It's true.
Yep. This marathon weekend, I made it all the way. I drove to Florida, but I made it all the way there. We get to the hotel room, or about to go pick up our bibs, and I realize I don't know where my ID is. Like, I don't know where my wallet is, period. And I text Natalie, and she's like, what do you mean? How did you make it all the way here? And then Natalie anonymously posted on like every Run Disney Facebook page asking for a friend what happens if you forget your ID. Everyone's like, how did they even get here without their ID?
Oh no.
And then it's one of those like, okay, I'm sure you're asking for a friend. I'm like, well, it wasn't me, so I could take the heat.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Make me feel bad? My ID's in my hand.
Yep. And my boyfriend is incredibly supportive and calm, thank the Lord, because he went to go search the car just in case, and I'm like scouring the hotel room just in case I set it somewhere, it fell out, who knows, cannot find it. And then all of a sudden I have this light bulb moment that's like, when I was driving to work last week, a lady almost hit me and my purse flew across the car, and I bet my wallet is underneath the chair. And I tell him, look underneath the passenger seat. And it's right there. It's under the passenger seat. But I hadn't had my wallet for like days.
How did you put gas in your car?
Because my car, we can make it on one tank. We fill up like about, I don't know, at Buc-ee's near the
Yep.
border.
I love Buc-ee's.
And Ben was driving, so Ben filled up the car with his car.
Oh, okay.
It was my car, but he filled up. We have the exact same car, by the way. And he filled up. So didn't even cross my mind. I don't know how we even got into the car without knowing that I had it. I had my purse. I just didn't look in it for the wallet.
I love that. But now I have to ask a question.
Yeah.
Do you have the same car on purpose? Like you guys bought the same car on purpose?
No, we had them before we met.
Okay, because that would have been a little weird if you guys had the exact same car.
We
You're
have
like,
the exact
"Oh."
same car. We just have slightly like same year, same make, same model. I just have a different trim. So like I have leather seats and he has cloth seats, and I have a different air conditioning knob than him. But that's basically it.
You should have the nicer one, Queen, as we see here.
But yeah, our when we bought our house, our realtor, we showed up for the inspection, I think, separately, each coming from our jobs, and we pull up in identical cars, and the realtor was like, "Excuse me?" And they were like, "I guess it's a match made in heaven," once they found out we got it before we knew each other.
That's so funny. It just made me think about like there was this family in my hometown, and like the mom and the dad always had the same car, and then they bought their kids two of the same car. So I was gonna be like, girl, what is happening?
I mean, it's a Volkswagen Jetta. It's a pretty great car.
Oh, it is a good car. I'll give you that. Okay, anyway, sorry.
We
ADHD.
digress. If your shoe is not a secure place and you don't find your wallet underneath your passenger seat, then
Did you
you're
really
off to
run
a good start.
Disney?
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you do ever find yourself in a situation without your ID, if you have a picture or your passport, or there's many a way Disney will verify your identification.
I
There are
asked.
options.
And through TSA prescription. I had a prescription with my name on it, my credit card, and they were like, "Okay, you're good."
Oh. Oh shoot, that doesn't help me.
There's a lot of ways with TSA, actually, believe it or not. It just takes a little bit longer for them to verify.
So you don't
But like I
always go to
feel
the
like he
special
was like
pickle
very
room.
like nice, but it was so easy. I feel like it's because I was like limping like through TSA, but it's fine.
It's like you're
He's
fighting for
not
your
a
life too hard. I'm not giving you the massage.
Yep. If you live in Georgia, you can have a digital ID in your
Oh.
Apple Wallet or your Android wallet or whatever. So,
Huh.
check your state, see if that's an option.
Huh.
Take a picture now. This is your reminder as your emergency backup.
So
I'm
smart.
sitting here thinking about that right now too. I'm like, oh, okay. So maybe-
Well, this might be a red flag, but for Princess Weekend, like the person giving me my bib for Run Disney, like didn't even ask for my ID.
Oh,
I've had that happen before.
Yeah.
maybe they just get so overwhelmed they just want it to be over. They're just like,
It's like, here, take it,
You
move
Oh
along.
yeah.
And it's funny because Princess, for me, like, I feel like the guy was like looking at my ID and like looking at me and like making sure it was me. And I'm like, homie, this picture was like 6 years ago. Like, we're not the same people, but I promise it's the same person.
Ben and I always have to wait in line twice because somehow we always get separated by just enough that we're in two separate lines.
Hmm. And your line is always like the longest one, and you're like, "What the heck?"
This year, mine was the shorter one. There was no one in my line, and Ben's line was like halfway across the room.
Oh my gosh.
the Run Disney gods were with you.
But Ben tried to walk away with our backpack, and my ID was in it. And I was like, "Stop! I need it."
I will say Jamie has the best luck with bib pickup because both races she's done, she's gotten Corral A.
Never in my life has it
Queen.
happened.
I don't know how, but we're just gonna put it to the universe that it's gonna happen all the time. And I'm definitely not gonna have a proof of time for a half marathon, but we're still putting it out in the universe. A, because I'm elite. Okay?
It's not even
I'm
going to
an
be A,
elite.
it's going to be the word elite on there.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
there you go.
Yes. We got it. We got it.
What Natalie's telling herself during marathon training right now. Just go.
Just do it.
No thoughts, just vibes. I want to hear a couple more red flags though. I'm I'm not over this conversation.
What won't get us in trouble?
Yeah.
Megan has never had a moonshine sour.
Okay.
Red
Huge
flag.
red flag.
Okay, in my
You
defense,
have none.
my Instagram is Meg Run for Margs. What do you think I drink? Basically the entire time I'm down there.
Obviously, old fashions. Duh.
Duh.
All right, what are our drinks of choice for crossing finish lines, even if it's theoretical and you haven't actually done it yet? Go.
Thank you for adding that.
I'm manifesting.
You
Yes.
are.
Which way are we going around World Showcase? The old
I
way or
really
the
love
new way?
I was gonna say
the new way.
it has to be the new way.
The new way's better.
The new way is so much better. Sorry.
Wait, no, I agree, because let me tell you, the idea of like when you enter Epcot, the idea, I was like, God, words I'm not going to say. I have to, if I had to go all the way around World Showcase right now, I think I'd die.
Mm-hmm.
So let me tell you, I was
It was
very thrilled
so
to go the
nice.
Canada way.
Probably a cider from the UK.
Yeah, that was quite delicious. My
Mhm.
husband was there with a couple drinks, and that cider was probably the best cider I've ever had in my life at that moment.
It was so hard, like, not drinking that between, like, when you got into Epcot and when we crossed the finish line because we wanted to have, like, drinks in our cups in our finish line photo. And, like, just staring at it, like, I'm going to, like, chug this the second I cross the finish line.
Yep.
So, note to Janie. You
Oh,
guys
gosh.
need to have like multiple drinks ready for us this
In
year.
the beer garden, we're gonna dress up, and we're gonna have like
Kat's gonna
Yeah.
have the tray.
the beer carts. Yeah,
Oh
And
my
where
God.
DJ was, that was, like, the perfect location.
it was.
So
And
we'll
then there
chug
were
one
people
and
giving
then we'll
out.
carry it.
Yeah.
What are our other options besides cider?
Um,
I mean,
that
let's be honest, that's what I'm going to pick.
Someone was
but-
giving out Jaeger bombs.
Oh.
So if you want to be crazy, there was a lady giving out Jaeger bombs.
I would take that.
Oh.
ew.
That
Whoa,
was,
whoa, whoa! She was giving them out.
she was.
Yeah. So my
Yes.
husband
Disney,
took a video, and she had this whole tray, and he was like, "Can you record me taking this?" And my husband's like, "Yeah, man." And he just grabbed it, took it, and then took off.
But
Do you-
seriously, the amount of people when we got into Epcot and we turned left to head towards Canada, the amount of like people that I saw that were like free beer, free drinks. Like I'm gonna get
Yeah.
myself drunk before I leave Canada.
Do
I
you
need to
think
pay
people
better
pay
attention.
it forward? Is that how that happens? Like one person orders like 10 and it's just like,
Yeah, and they
here,
just hand them out.
Yeah.
That's why the
That's
Epcot crowd's
wow.
better. Like other people in other parks are like, what is going on?
See, I was living for the crowd outside of Hollywood Studios
I
before I
cry.
got to Epcot
They were great.
because I got so much free candy, and you can see a dramatic change in my pace between when I approached Hollywood Studios and left Hollywood Studios.
I did
love
get Starburst from someone at Animal Kingdom. I do remember that.
I
That
got
was
nothing
nice.
at Animal Kingdom. As much as I was very stoked to have run through Animal Kingdom, I was very much also like, I want nothing to do with this park at that point because my feet were killing me and the path there is so uneven and there was people who were upset we were there and I was just
Yeah.
like, I want out.
Mm-hmm.
So the
You know-
backside, seeing the rides, that part was fun.
That was cool.
That was
Our goal
cool.
this year is either to ride Everest or to chug a beer.
Okay.
So you can join us at either one.
Or both.
yeah,
Or
or
both.
both.
I don't know if I have the speed to ride Everest.
I will take
I'm
the,
not riding
I
it.
will take the beer because I worry Everest will break down.
Can I
Mhm.
trade it for a cider because I don't like
Absolutely.
beer?
Oh yeah.
Yes, because I'm the
Any
same way.
drink. Any drink.
All right, we know what's coming.
Oh God.
In 24, I did a Tipsy Ducks in Love at mile 25. It did not make it to the finish line because I was sloshing. I'm like, I'm not spilling this. So I chugged it as any normal, reasonable human does. And I basically I'm making my way by Mexico and people are like, oh, what do you have? I'm like, Tipsy Ducks in Love. They're like, oh, and then I chugged it.
Red flag. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fair. Drink essentially adult chalky milk with a crap load of bourbon. Yeah, red flag. I felt really good though. So my finish line moment with a drink in hand was courtesy of one of my friends who was spectating for the Wine and Dine half. And he got me a beer, passed it over the barricade, and then I ran across the finish line with a cider in my hand. That picture's on my desk, and it's the orange ESPN cup.
It could be anything.
Yeah, Does it help that it's like I have just like a whole like part of my cube that's all like Run Disney pictures? That's all the tacks are all color coded by weekend because of course they are. Yes, that helps.
That is so smart.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta print and add some springtime ones because I have a green push pin that's not been implemented yet. Has not been added to the thing. And oh god, when Chicago happens, oh man.
Are we saving blue for Chicago?
Blue or Marathon Weekend currently owns blue.
We're gonna have to swap that out.
Yes.
Might have to 3D print her some tacks.
Do it with the star.
Oh, that's a good
Do it with the
idea.
star from the flag.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so we've heard some red flags. Let's swap to what I would call the biggest of green flags. Talk to us about how you guys like stay connected and stay motivated in the off season. Is this your first off season then, or no? Most of you have known each other for at least one off season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think our group text with Megan, Kat, and I, we started it almost
February.
immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after Princess, like we exchanged numbers, and then I was just gonna do marathon, and then Megan texted me and she was like, "I'm gonna do Dopey," and I was like, "If you can get Kat on board, I'll do Dopey with you guys." And then we got connected, and like, yeah, we just text all the time. My brain stopped. I have no idea what I'm talking about now or where that was going, so you can totally cut all of that out.
I think one thing that we created last summer is each month in the summer we created some sort of challenge. It was a water challenge where we drank a certain amount of water, or it was maybe a core challenge. I'm going to do 5 or 10 minutes of core a day. And for summer last year, before we kind of got, in the groove with dopey training, we really prepared ourselves, and that's something that we're doing again this off season. Like in May, we created the 1 mile a day in May or something like that. Just to get us like mentally ready, physically ready, but just to keep the legs moving too during the off season.
Do you guys run local races too? Do you guys do anything in the meantime?
Yep.
Nope.
I'm doing the Peachtree in July.
Me too.
Are you?
Yes.
Hannah, this is where we'll meet.
Yay!
Hopefully, I'll get in. I did the lottery because I'm not a cool Atlanta person, but hopefully, I get in.
Yes, absolutely. I hope so.
You have a free place to stay, so
You have places you could choose from. You have 2 places you could stay now.
I'll do one night at each.
yeah.
Oh, Mary Beth and I ran Spartan today.
Yep.
Oh, I haven't done one of those yet. One of my
it was
friends tried to get me to do it, and the Atlanta Spartan was like maybe a month before Dopey or something, I think. Or print. It was before Run Disney weekend, very close, and I was afraid of getting hurt. And I was like, "Sorry, gotta prioritize my trip to Orlando." Was it fun? Would you recommend?
yes and no. So I signed up 3 days ago because apparently I am a glutton for punishment.
No, that's the way to do it.
Welcome to the club.
And I told myself if I put out on my social media, if I could raise $100 for Kelsey's Hope for my charity, I'll run it. Well, here we are.
Jess could have told you that was a bad idea.
Yep.
I know. Yep. So I definitely challenged myself. Mary Beth caught me crying, but it's fine. But it was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun. I told Mary Beth I'd do the 10K with her next time.
Mm-hmm. This was my 4th year doing Spartan. This was my first thing to start running. Like when I turned 30, I was like, I want to do crazy things. Like I just want to do something that like I normally would never ever do. So I started as Spartan, and I did the Spartan Super 10K was my first one, and then that's what I did today. So it was cool to see like the differences of like my strength, and like obviously running was like way better now. But I love Spartan. Spartan like is the same community like Disney, but like different. Like they all want you to succeed, like they all want to help you. So like it's very similar, and you get to play in mud, and you pay to play in mud. So
she PR'd by 45 minutes today. Don't let her play you.
Ma'am.
Yeah, don't let her play you. Mm-hmm.
Mind blown. Bam. Whoa. That's amazing.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. I was proud of it, and I felt good. I felt a lot better than I did the very first time I did it. That is for sure.
Yeah, she's awesome. Don't worry about it. She is. But we're trying to do, so Mary Beth got me stuck on this. So now it's one race a month.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing local races. We have a lot of local races coming up. And then obviously runDisney and all that.
I'm kind of trying to do something similar. I don't have anything for June. I kind of forgot that I have a race next weekend. Oops.
Ooh.
I have the Mother's Day like women's 4-miler here in Atlanta.
Oh, I saw that.
I think they still have bibs. Just saying. Um,
Meg?
and the medal has a real pressed flower set in resin in the middle.
Oh,
So
that's
Pretty.
Oh.
they haven't. It's definitely like a come all like anyone be there kind of group. Especially they have an entire corral section for people with strollers.
Oh.
So like they've got the full range. They got like elite and stroller walking, which honestly, some of those ladies can probably push their stroller faster than I can run. So like power to them. But I think it's going to be really fun. And then I don't have anything for June. July, got Peachtree. And then August, Ben and I are tentatively scheduled for the Roswell Area 13.1, which is a night half marathon.
See, that looks
Ooh.
amazing.
And then by September, we'll have training stuff.
If you need one for June, you can come join me in Asheville, North Carolina. It's a
You know,
fun
that's
one.
not that far. My grandma lives in
I
Greenville,
know.
South Carolina. So, like,
Oh,
I have somewhere to stay.
There we go. See?
And just pick me up on the way because I'm basically on the way. I'm on the east
You
side.
are.
you are.
I got to get on 85 and just drive and drive and drive.
MB, that one is so tempting.
There's a race in October that you actually run on the runways of the Atlanta airport. I did it
I've
last
heard.
year. I did it last year. It's flat and fast. It's so much fun. I used it as my POT for Peachtree.
Oh, that's exciting.
That sounds like so fun.
It's definitely like a Run Disney race because it starts at like 5:30 a.m. because you have to be off the runway because like I guess the planes have to land on it or something.
Yeah. Something
I
like
mean, that
that.
is kind of important.
Jess, Pittsburgh does one.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Oh,
look at it's the flyby 5K. I've done it a couple times. You run the runway next to like the main ones, and it's in September or October.
Greenville does one too.
dang. All the races.
And that's one thing I'll say, like, I miss about living in Pittsburgh, and I don't say very much about missing living in Pittsburgh, is Florida running. You're basically October to March. Like, now
Yeah.
I'm done until Wine and Dine. I'm doing a 4th of July race too, but that's the extent of it 'cause it is way too dang hot down here.
Yeah. I feel like Atlanta is the same way. And until I started really trying to find stuff, I just couldn't, like, you have to know someone or like hear about
Mm-hmm.
local races because there's not much in the summer here either.
I wonder why.
I know it's currently like 49 here.
Oh, I would love that.
Today's the coldest day we've had in a while, and it was a high of like 70 because it's rained for the past 3 days.
It stormed like crazy here last night.
I did finally get my fertilizer put down today, though.
Lawn
Woohoo!
posting.
Oh. All right. Anyone else have any races coming up? All right.
I got this little jaunt around Chicago this fall. I don't know if you.
Just a little one.
Little one.
She might be the only runner.
Just a cash walk, as KG would say.
Did you book your plane ticket yet?
No.
Yeah,
No. Of
you
course.
organize your pins.
As a potential spectator, not running the race, I will probably book a plane ticket before Natalie.
I'm sure you
I
will.
would love to go spectate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we can organize a whole cheer
Oh my
squad.
gosh, that would be so fun.
Yes.
That's actually something I'm really excited for, is to watch you guys all run the marathon this year. Like,
You want
I'm
to go to
so
Chicago and practice spectating?
Right.
I'm
That'd
not
be
going to say
fun.
that word that I normally say. It starts with a B and ends with an H, but I'm thinking it. No. No. I am very excited to watch you guys all run the marathon this year because I think it'll be so cool to see you guys, and I know that's going to inspire me even more because Dopey 27 is my goal. So
She said it. She put
I'm
it out into
excited.
the universe. It's happening.
I did. I put it out. That's what we're doing.
It's a
Corral
start
A, here
now.
she comes.
I did on the whim do the London bid thing with you guys. I was like, I'll do it.
Is everyone
I
in the
might die.
lottery?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Woo!
1.1 million.
Yeah. If any of us gets in, we're gonna be
We're all going.
We're all going.
excited.
Could you imagine if like
Girls trip 2020.
no, you know what would end up happening? It would be me.
I know.
And I'll be crying the whole time.
I think you technically could defer a year if you wanted, but we would be
No, we're
so
going.
there for you.
I guarantee you it was.
See, I don't know if owning the actually not just owning the surname of O'Malley, but Boyle. I don't know if like the aggressive Irish of it all helps or hurts here. Because I'm scared it's going to be me because that will mean 3 marathons in 6 months, and I think probably by like a couple
She's
miles
gonna lose it.
into the third one, I literally will just drift away. Like I will Thanos snap, like just whatever makes it to the finish line after that, I'll just be gone.
The ghost of Natalie.
Yeah, start preparing now. Manifest it.
We're putting it out in the universe.
I did tell my boss, I'm like, oh yeah, so like I lottoed, so just so you know, I might be in London next April, just so you know.
No biggie.
FYI.
So everybody check on Natalie when the drawing happens. Make sure she's breathing.
Maybe we should do a live stream that day.
No, you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna be me and Natalie.
Gang, gang, gang.
First person to call 911 gets to be the next guest on the podcast.
Yeah. They're gonna have to be my replacement because I'm gonna be gone. If somehow like all of my body parts make it through, like say that does happen, like I don't know, I think I would have to buy a lottery ticket or
I was
then
about to say,
lotto again
Mm-hmm.
for the London Marathon.
Yeah.
Good
Didn't
point.
they say it's like harder? It's harder to get in than Harvard or something.
I
like
said that on our last episode.
Oh, that's because I'm listening to you. That's what happens.
Or you read the same news article I did. Who knows?
Well, I don't read very much, so you know.
I'm Jared, 19.
I don't read unless I have to at this point in my life, so yeah.
And the whole
I read a
2%.
lot.
I mean, there's got to be no way.
There's no way.
I mean, somebody's got to get in though, right? Like,
I
mean, how many people of us?
who
8?
do we trust?
Sorry, I'm way too random.
How did you get into Chicago, Natalie?
I'm running for charity.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I did charity before they called the lottery. So
It's the best way to get into a major, honestly.
It's really the only
I was
way.
looking at charities for New York. Charities for New York were honestly the same price as Dopey. Sometimes cheaper than some of them.
Oh, like
really,
the charity minimums?
Mm-hmm. There was one that I saw that was like $3,500 for New York, and I've seen $4,000 or $5,000 Dopey charities,
Whoa.
which is nuts.
I think my minimum for Chicago when I ran was, I think if you did before the lottery, it was 18 or 15.
Oh, that's not bad.
And then
I think it was-
100, not 1,000, just to be clear.
Oh,
yeah.
Like, and then after it went up to 2 or 23, something like that.
Yeah, mine was 15 if you called before they even opened the lottery, and then if you got in after that, it was 2,100, and then I think if you were even later, there was.
They have multiple like tiers.
That's not bad at all,
when you
though.
join.
mhm.
No.
That's not like Boston. A friend of mine ran Boston, 16 grand.
Yeah, Boston is
I think
the highest.
was the minimum 10.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Wild.
Yeah, because the marathon itself sets a minimum, and then the charities have the option to set higher minimums. Than
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm full Delulu. Of course, I was looking. I'm just gonna look,
I look every year. I'm on many email lists.
and all the ones I'm interested in, because actually, American Cancer Society didn't have Boston bibs this year. That's the only major they didn't have.
Oh,
And
wow.
I was just, browsing. I was looking at Project Purple, which is for pancreatic cancer, because that's what my dad passed away of. And that one was 15.
Wild.
So start
15,000
prepping long before
buckaroos.
you do it.
Yeah, so I'm like sitting here again, Delulu, and I'm like, okay, so because I'm very fortunate. I'm done fundraising. I hit my minimum. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, so like goodwill wise, can I like take like an IOU from like and be like, when you need a Boston or a New York or bit like I'm gonna save my goodwill for then. Because
And you're all going to have to send us your charity links so
yes.
we can post them with the podcast.
Oh, you guys are the best.
Yeah, but who baby? What this free sport, guys? It's kind of expensive.
Right.
What started as a small
Your guys'
hobby.
Whoever said it was just shoes in the road was wrong.
Or like I'm only gonna run one Run Disney race, and then you're like, well,
Yeah, a month later, that worked out real well for
Or
me.
I'm only going to run one marathon.
yep,
I'm doing dopey for my first because just what if I don't like the marathon and I don't want to run another marathon?
Yeah.
that's
Or you
true.
do dopey and you're like, I'm just gonna do it once just to say that I did it, and then
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay,
Or
that is
this
my
year, I
plan.
was like,
No, it's
2 is
not.
enough. Twist my arm.
No.
The way I vehemently, after Princess, I ran for time at marathon weekend. So for the marathon, which again, bad idea. Don't do it. No regrets, but bad idea. And I was like, not having I had a good time at Princess, but like in terms of like what my body felt like, which was a crumpled up paper ball, I was like, no, I'm not doing dopey next year at Post Chicago. Not
I
happening.
feel that in my soul.
I'm on a bus. I'm on a bus when they drop the theme, so I'm like,
Fudgesicle.
I was
yeah.
only gonna do dopey again if the themes were
That's a
good.
lie.
Like, okay, Lindsay may have bribed me with food, but like I'm very easily like bribable. Give me a
Look,
margarita, give me some chicken nuggets.
Ben
And
bribed
Taco
me
Lindsay's
Bell.
to my run today with Hawaiian food, so like, no shame.
Lindsay's like 2026 is my year. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get the whole full thing, you know, cross 4 finish lines. I said, and she was like, but will you do it with me? I will get you chicken nuggets. And I said, sold.
Live for chicken nuggets.
Listen, Bucktooth Dopey just did something to me. And like his little buck tooth, I'm like, I need him. I need him. And that's how, like, I club run Disney. I'm usually never like sitting chomping at the bit for my club registration to come out because I have a whole week to do something with it. This time, literally, I was sitting refreshing, waiting for them to drop the link into the, like, they email you, they do send you, but they drop the link on my page. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, what happened to I'm not doing dopey next year? What happened? It probably is in the same place if I'm not doing a marathon in 2024. Same place, gone. At lightning speeds, does the resolve disappear?
Look, I do a lot of reading, and this theme is just like not fair because I only have two. I wasn't signing up for Dopey this year because Ben and I want to go to Epic Universe. And
It is so much fun.
Is it? We're trying really hard to not watch spoiler videos or anything.
Lindsay, why don't you brag about it a little more?
I want to go back so bad. It's not even funny.
Don't talk to me.
But yeah, they really crushed my soul by, releasing a theme that's all about books for the year that I can't get all of the medals.
I mean, like a week before, someone might be like, our charity has extra dopey bibs. Sign up the day before you leave.
They could do that, but then I have to tell Ben that we can't do Epic or that we need to like rearrange our entire schedule.
I mean, fair.
We'll see.
I'll be curious if the dopey crazies hit you, because like
You say that as if they haven't already.
okay, I was just curious because like there's FOMO and then there's like me feral in Omaha, Nebraska on a run. Like could I do a marathon in like 6 weeks in uh August
I'm
of
not that level.
23? Because I was having such a really good I was having an amazing training cycle that summer, so I was like there's a local one I could do. And then I'm like, oh, then I have to be way too high up in mileage. And then I was like, well, like if Bib's open, narrator, they did. They did.
It's crazy because now my FOMO isn't even running sometimes. My FOMO is like when all my friends are down there and I'm not there. I'm like, okay, so now I have to be at every weekend. Like even if I'm cheering now, like I will be there.
Yep. AKA we make Jared drive us.
Yes.
And we passenger princess in the car.
Look, if you have a good girl gang and you guys can room together, you could go to any weekend.
Someone needs to put a like Big Brother camera in our room for Princess because the delusional antics that were going on this year.
Yep.
I am very excited for the next princess now. I cannot wait for these antics.
That was like the first time like I ever had like a group of girls like that we shared, that we were like just so in sync the whole weekend. Like my cheeks did not stop hurting because we were just laughing and just having the best time ever. It was so
The back of
amazing.
my head hurt probably 90% of the time from just laughing. Like from the time we got there to we did brunch at Boma after the 5K, and our waiter even came up to us like as we were leaving. He's like, I was just like sitting back watching you guys just have so much fun and laughing. And it's like, yeah, we're that group where you can't put us in a restaurant because we're gonna cause a scene.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Would you guys say that some of that like your best Run Disney memories are maybe not even like during the race,
100%.
but just what
Oh, yeah.
shenanigans that go on
Absolutely.
around it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Come to dinner with us. We'll.
That could be arranged.
I mean, I have to say I'm obviously newer to Run Disney, but the way that Meg and MB like cheered me on through that first 5K, it really honestly made the difference because that was the first race I ever did. And then I was like, oh, now I'm addicted. Like it's fun, but they really just made me feel like so good. So I don't know. It's the power of like really good friendships, right? So, and that was the first time I met Meg. So I had known her for all of 5 minutes.
And that's one thing I think about this group too is like we might have only known each other for a little over a year or 6 months now, but like I don't think we've ever had like one argument, one disagreement. Like we're all just here to root each other on, and like there's no cattiness and there's no like competition because at the end of the day we all have the same goal to cross the same finish line and to have as much fun as we can doing it. And I think that's why this group is so strong.
I agree.
We all rise and fall together.
Literally. Fall.
Ooh, love that. Okay.
And some of us have taken falls.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Don't put that on me.
We have another listener who messaged us when she was training for her very first race. Hi, Grayson. And she let us know that like on her very first training run, I think, for Princess, that she fell. And we were like, oh no, that's terrible. But like at least you got it out of the way before the race.
Some of us didn't.
It's seriously like it happened to me first. It kind of was like a spiral effect that we ended up finding out after Princess that this had happened. I had fell at mile 10 of Wine and Dine, like, and not just like trip fall, like Megan thought I hit my face. I rolled into the grass, like super embarrassing. I'm scarred for life now. Thank you, Disney Roads. And then we found out MB had happened to her at Marathon Weekend, and then Sarah had it happen to her at Princess. So we have a running joke of who's it going to happen to next?
It
Hopefully
is
no
not
one.
happening to me.
I don't think anyone
no.
fell at springtime
No.
though. So we're on a good streak.
It's true.
Well, actually, I did fall spectating.
There you go.
But
Never mind then.
and poor Lindsay's husband did not see it, thank God.
I was going to say, how am I just hearing about this?
Yeah, well, because I had really badly go to the bathroom, so I was running to the porta potties, so I did not poop myself. And, and I fell on the way, and I was like, uh-oh, we're gonna have a problem. And then we're okay. We survived. And then I had to find Joe. Poor Joe. I think I scarred him for life.
He's used to it.
So, just to kind of wrap things up.
On that note.
Goofy didn't. What advice do you guys kind of have to people who might just be starting out with Run Disney about kind of finding their people? And, you get to the parking lot at 3 a.m. to, and you might not have like your people you're going to go meet. So what kind of advice do you have as people are getting into their training this summer of like finding their people?
Don't be scared to go out of your comfort zone. Reach out to the people.
Just be yourself, honestly. Even if you have weird quirks or you're just silly, like, just be yourself. People love you for who you are.
I think if you're crazy enough to be up at 3 a.m. in an Epcot parking lot and somebody else is just as crazy, odds are you probably have something in common. So shoot your shot.
And if you don't know their name, call them by their Instagram handle. Be like, I think I know you. And that's honestly how I've met so many people. I'm like, I know your face and I feel like I know this is what your handle is. And they're like, oh my gosh, yeah. So like, don't be scared to like walk up to someone and be like, hey, I think I know you. Because that's honestly like, I feel like how we all met.
And there's a lot of power in positivity, right? So if you believe in yourself and other people are feeling the same way. So just being there for other people and being there for yourself.
I love that. So what's next for the Mainstreet Marathoners account?
My intrusive thoughts that made
I think that's kind of the best thing about the account is we don't really have a planned direction for it. We just kind of say, hey, I want to post this. Or someone's like, hey, I'm doing this. And we're just like, great, post it. And then we just kind of make it up as we go along.
Yeah, I think the idea was kind of just to keep everybody connected, right? And I feel like we have something super powerful, which is a real, genuine care for each other in a way that's not competitive, right? In a way that's wanting everyone to be happy and to do their best and sharing that with other people. It's kind of the idea.
Yeah, and it's super organic too. It's not forced. It's very, this is us. We're not pretending to be people that we're not, and you're getting the real us.
And I think we're all making an appearance at all the race weekends this year.
We sure are, MB.
You can find me in Mexico with at least 2 margaritas in hand.
When? All the time? Like
Oh,
just if I
yeah.
go to Mexico
Oh,
right
yeah.
We
now?
make it a point to go to Epcot.
At least once a day.
But hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Oh, gosh.
Have you ever? Yeah, I guess after some of the things I've said. Day drinking at Animal
Yes.
Kingdom.
Oh my God, I just did it on Wednesday. It was the best.
Yes.
It was the best.
Give me anything at Yak and Yeti. We good.
I'm not a huge drinker, so.
Me
That's
either.
okay.
It's okay. We'll find the mocktails.
Oh, I love a good mocktail. Or a Bloody Mary. I know I'm like an old lady.
Dawa bars, Bloody Marys, candied bacon, all day.
Okay, we're going.
So we're recruiting for the Princess Weekend Stride Sisters Bar Crawl, DAC Crawl, where we do an animation experience in the morning, and then we drink, and then we do it again.
That's fantastic.
Credits to Hannah for that one.
We'll see if we improve our drawing skills or not.
I love that.
I'm definitely in for that. That sounds so fun.
Yeah,
Me too.
for sure.
See, now that we're going to put it out there, we're going to actually do it. So Date time, don't know. Probably not the day before the half, but that's all I got for you.
Oh, please don't do that.
That doesn't sound very nice.
No one needs that in their life.
Oh my gosh, we could go to Boma for breakfast
Yes.
and then
Watch
do
Megan.
after the 5K.
You know what I'm going to say.
Natalie and Hannah, are you going to join us?
Yes.
I will finish that mimosa flight faster than anything you've seen in your life.
It was actually record timing fast. I've not seen her drink something so quick in my life.
Are we talking like a Smirnoff Ice when someone hands it to you in college, or what?
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Oh, yeah, remember that.
That's like PTSD.
Just no bended knee. It was just all sitting.
Oh, I took it bended knee one swoop.
I love that for you.
So, MB, when there's one in the room for Princess, I'll make sure it's in your area.
That's our
Send
challenge
us
for the
your
next
guys'
race.
room numbers.
I promise you, I will kill all of you. Don't you dare.
My lone beer cup and gear check is just going to have an ice in it, and I don't know how it's going to happen. First one I see.
Now I feel like this is a game. Like, I'm going to just bring them, and anytime I see you guys in the parks, I'm going to be like, ha
Imagine getting stopped at security.
That's what I was thinking of.
Be like, listen, you don't understand. This has to come with me.
Like, yeah.
It's a
Put it
medical
in a water bottle.
necessity.
Just 3D print an ice.
I know.
Mary Beth does have like a sunscreen bottle that's a flask.
Iconic.
I do. You
I
do.
love
Or
that.
just a normal water bottle, guys. Just a normal
Honestly,
water bottle.
they don't check that hard. Like, unless you're bringing like a giant battery pack through or something, you can go through with a lot of things.
Did find cocaine in someone's wallet the other day, though.
That is true.
Well, then that happened.
Yeah. I saw the headline, like some guy tried to get into Magic Kingdom and he had cocaine in his wallet and they found it. I don't know how, but I guess it was a big stack enough that
Maybe that's why the dogs want.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably true.
It's unfortunate for him.
Can we talk about Natalie's face right now? She's really contemplating life. She's like,
That makes you wonder though how many people like in the parking lot do like a weed pen or something and like just put sunglasses on to hide like how high they are and just walk through security.
Is that what you did?
There are a lot of people.
Did you guys see the person climb up the Animal Kingdom tree?
Yes.
The tree of life.
What?
Someone was trying to climb up it.
I want to know how many drinks he had before he did that.
I just want to know how he did it.
Was he on the trail and then like got off the
Probably.
trail and not enough cast members near the construction area for its above life?
Rip.
Now I wish I'd seen that in person.
I know, right?
I feel like it was like a
Probably
day
true.
after I was there. Like, why couldn't it have happened on Wednesday?
Well, I saw a meme going around of like basically somebody who climbed the Mexico stairs, someone who climbed the Tree of Life, and I don't remember what the things that were climbed in Hollywood Studios or Magic Kingdom were, but it's like choose your fighter.
I'm going Mexico Pavilion.
Oh, yeah.
But Mexico Pavilion has stairs, so like the Tree of Life, like that's like hard
That was
to climb up.
commitment.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm gonna get banned from this premises, I'm going big. Like I'm gonna climb Mickey's Wheel of Death in California Adventure. That's how you're going big. I'm not actually gonna do that. I don't want to get banned. I like California Adventure quite enough. But if I were going to do something to get banned, either that I would climb up the bear at Grizzly Peak and just like, I don't know.
If I knew the world was ending, I would climb into Walt Disney's house in
in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
I would climb into Club 33.
I was about to say I'd go to Club 33.
Break the door down.
Fair.
I was just gonna say that.
I think it might have been fake or whatever, but that like they were letting anyone into Club 33 at one point because the economy was so bad.
I'll be the guinea pig.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
and on today's episode, how to get banned from Disney.
How to go to
There needs to be bloopers for this episode because those could be
Oh, I'm
pretty
sure
funny.
Natalie's going to have a lot of secret sounds at the end.
Oh my god.
I love secret sounds. It's like a little treat if you listen all the way to the end. Also, because I hate having to switch something so myself. So I'm like, if you're gonna make it all the way to the end, you get a little treaty treat or a nightmare.
It's
I
like
don't
trick
know.
or treating for cheese.
Yep.
Trick or treat.
You guys can't miss Boma though if we do that for the 5K for Princess.
Oh my
Lindsay and I were
gosh.
jumping behind rocks.
Oh my god.
Catch us after that mimosa flight. We are something else. And you'll also get Sarah talking about pelicans. Sarah used to be a safari driver in Animal Kingdom.
Ooh.
That's so cool.
So
We'll
we
have
were
to have Sarah on
Oh my
just to talk
video.
about that.
we were looking at the Savannah view and some lady called I think the pelicans the wrong name and you just have Sarah in the back. That is not what they're called. They're the pelicans. And she's just getting worked up.
She was so
She's
angry.
getting so worked up.
About that and F1. Those are the two things that could really
Mm-hmm.
work there.
Mm-hmm.
And her love for Rapunzel.
Mm-hmm.
So when's the next time the whole group is together? I'm feeling Princess.
Wine and dine.
Wine and dine.
Oh, okay.
Wine and dine.
Right, MB? Wine and dine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you also
you
on the
guys-
hunt for a bib, MB?
A cheer
Maybe.
bib.
Yes.
I am.
Yeah.
Oops.
We've almost finished our charity.
Yeah.
So MB and I are fundraising together right now.
Oh, awesome.
Because we obsessively now have started making glitter and it has taken off. So now we are doing it for charity.
Yeah.
And now we have to have another one.
Yep.
So the end. I'm real good at peer pressure and this entire group is too. So
Well, I mean, she lives so close to me. She's just gonna throw me in the back of her car, and we're on our way to Florida. So,
case in point, today I lost power and I just drove over here.
well, because they were like, "Is she in her car?" And I was like, "She's probably coming over to my house." And then you were like, "I am."
Because the whole power went out and I was like, oh crap.
Do we have a group costume for that? Do you guys do
No.
group costumes? I guess. Okay.
Well, we
Yeah.
talked about
We did a couple.
We did one for the 5K for marathon weekend. We were the cast of Sleeping Beauty. So we all had our own little costumes.
Oh.
And then 10K, we
And then
did Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Always good.
But
My
I feel
favorite
like
group costumes are the ones that look good individually, but look even better together.
Yeah.
this year we're being budget friendly.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll keep marathon weekend under wraps for now.
So, follow them on Instagram and maybe eventually find out.
hey, look at that.
But we are also those psycho people who will plan our costumes the day of registration.
Yeah, they're planned out 100%. There's a list. Megan is our list guru, so they're there.
I am so type A. I have a list for everything.
You guys should see in our group chat, we have all these shared notes. It's like people's runDisney login information. And so someone can't get in, someone can get the other one. It's where people are saying who's getting their hair braided where, by when, by who. It's fantastic.
We may or may not have everybody's credit card number.
That is
Birthday,
true.
login information, absolutely everything. So if you want a serenity card,
Could steal the other person's identity at this
literally,
point.
because we all log in trying to, aka they usually log in for me because I can't.
Natalie and I are pretty close to that. I don't know if we're that close, but we're pretty close.
We got spreadsheets.
We have
I love
spreadsheets with
that.
every piece of information you could ever need to register someone. So,
Because I feel like that's the way to go. For Princess of this year, if Sarah and her husband didn't get me in, probably wouldn't be there. I was just reading my card number over the phone. I'm I don't even care. Write it down. Do whatever. But please get me into Princess.
And now we're just like, we don't care. Use someone else's car, we'll demo you later. Like, it doesn't matter.
We have done all of the above.
Yeah, we sure have. Or I've peer pressured somebody into like doing like more than they were intending to sign up for when they're feeding me their credit card information.
Oh my god.
I've been like, no, but like you're gonna do the challenge, not the half. Like you're gonna do the challenge. You're going to. And they're like, okay. It's like he's like, don't worry. I was like, yeah, don't worry. Your card number will disappear from my brain pretty much immediately after I type 4 digits. Those will be gone, and then you'll say the next 4 gone. But yeah, no, it's definitely been like, oh no, but you're gonna do the challenge. Fine.
You'll thank me later.
Yeah.
Super healthy peer pressure.
Yeah, it is super healthy. Well, all summer long, then when we were training, this was for Wine and Dine in 23. We had we called Figment that purple little effer because that was the year of the Figment challenge. So it was that purple little effer is going to find us.
That's terrifying.
Hear me out. I am not a fan of the purple little effer. I am not a fan. He freaks me out.
Same.
And he stinks. Like, you go on his ride and it stinks. Who would want to do that?
My husband was absolutely floored by the fact that he's like, I got mooned by a python. He's like, this might have been the least amount of drugs he did to do a like acting gig was for Figment. Somehow, this was probably the least. He's like, but also at the same time, maybe it was also the most. Yeah, he got off that ride like, what did I just encounter?
Yeah, it's an experience, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I've never read it.
Not a fan.
No. Mm-mm.
I like when they put him in his little holiday sweater. That's cute. Also, just knowing what was coming though, and my husband did not. Absolutely fantastic. Just absolutely amazing because no, I just watching the facial expressions of what am I watching? What am I experiencing?
Yep. It's a journey.
Into your imagination.
Into your imagination.
Yeah. That's like when you give somebody Beverly for the first time. And they have no clue in their face. Oh, that's one of my favorite things to do to people.
See, I don't mind Beverly.
What is wrong with you? That's a red flag.
Ben likes Beverly.
My husband liked Beverly. I was like, fighting words.
I've
had
Korean
worse.
barbecue sauce one. That one I can't do.
Thank you.
I mean, I can tolerate it, but I won't go out of my way to get it.
Mm-mm.
Nah, not today.
Wine and Dine looks like that's what we're gonna do.
Did you see that girl who did I don't know, it was on the Kelsey's Hope page. She did the 37 cups of Beverly because, like,
Yes.
girl, enjoy your stomach ache.
There's like that guy, one of my friends who is doing Kelsey's Hope for Dopey, who is doing every donation of I think $15 or $20 was doing a ride on Small World or Teacups, one of them.
Teacups, I throw up.
I did teacups. You remember that? Oh no. So we're anti-teacup. Anyway.
Just like I'm anti-Guardians.
Oh, I know. Poor Jess.
Fun fact, I chugged a Tipsy Ducks in Love before my first ride on Guardians, knowing that it was making people sick. I'm like, I don't know. For the
savage.
It was for the plot.
I love Guardians, but whoever decided to put stairs after that ride needs to have a stern talking to.
Yes, straight to jail.
I was gonna say, are you guys all roller coaster people besides me and Jess?
I love roller coasters.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and Jess and I will watch you. Have a great time.
That's okay.
I mean, I like roller coasters too, but not Guardians. I'll vomit. I'm all over.
I got sick on Ratatouille. On Remy's Ratatouille ride.
Oh.
That one makes me. I like roller coasters, and Remy makes me uncomfortable.
Wait. So the single rider line for Remy on Wednesday was an hour wait, and I went on the single rider, and I was in and out in under 10 minutes.
Yeah, the single rider is great.
All right, so maybe we'll just have the single rider all the time now.
Mm-hmm.
Do not recommend for Rock and Roller Coaster, but for just about any other ride, single rider is pretty great.
You won't ever catch me on Rock and Roller Coaster.
I need to ride it before it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
The retheming of it is awful.
What is it?
I mean, Muppets.
Ew! Why?
Kermit did not die for this.
Do you think one of those songs will be Rock On?
Oh, 100%.
Do you
I
think
think
we'll
it's
get
gonna be.
multiple songs?
But I mean, you couldn't have thought of something better than Muppets.
They needed something to do with the Muppets decor from the 3D show.
Throw it away.
Donate it.
Add it to a VIP tour.
I kind of teared up at the end of Muppets, knowing that was the last time I was going to see it.
Never seen it.
That one also makes me sick, so...
Yeah, no.
Is it the screens for you, Hannah?
It's anything
Me
with
too.
the 3D screens messes with me. Even at Universal, the ride in the castle, I can't do
Oh my
the
God.
Oh
thing.
my god, I get so
That
And
one
like
sick.
was-
Spider-Man, anything with the old school 3D screens makes me sick, so
Same.
can't do it.
No, I have to say Toy Story Mania, I don't have a problem with that one. I think because you're physically doing something, I don't know.
I love
By the
Mania.
end, it still makes me not feel great.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm too focused on my bicep.
Yeah.
I know.
Let's go!
Oh,
That's
wow.
bad.
Shake it out, go again.
She's doing her best Miss Piggy impression.
Miss Piggy we trust.
Miss Piggy we trust, truly.
Oh, you have to do a lot of editing.
If you enjoy listening to our show, please leave us a review and a 5-star rating. We love reading your reviews out loud. You might even be featured on a future podcast episode. We have a community spotlight on our Instagram at Stride Sisters Podcast. If you want to be featured for a Medal Monday, Finish Line Friday, or any accomplishment you want to celebrate, send us a picture via our social media platforms and/or our email. And to continue the fun, join us on our Facebook page. All the ways to connect with us can be found in the show notes. Thanks for listening. Until our next adventure, we're wishing you endless miles of magic and memories. See you next time.
We can cut this part out, but Lindsay, tell them what Joe saw at Marathon weekend.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
I mean, do I need to go get him to come tell the story
Please.
himself? So after the half at Marathon Weekend,
okay, I know what we're talking about.
yes, that story. He tells me this story, so I'll get to it in a second. But we went to Ohana for dinner, for pre-marathon dinner, and I said, guys, this happened. I need to call him. You guys need to hear this story. So he's lining up. He's in crowd B, lucky him, and he takes off. As he's going around the bend, there is a woman, pants down to the ankles, pooping on a tree. So, mind you, we're all delirious at this point. MB's cackling to no end. Like, she's not even breathing, I don't think. Our friend Doug is driving us home. I have Joe on speaker, telling this story, and everyone's like hyperventilating in the car. And so now we have named this tree the neurovirus tree. So you will see it, and it will be ingrained in your brain every time you curve the bend at the beginning of the
Yeah,
race.
like you start off, you turn left. It's that first tree you see.
I know what tree you're talking
everyone was
about.
having that stomach flu.
That's why she
Right.
Oh my god. When Kat said the norovirus,
Yeah. The neurovirus tree, but also the guy at the
Yeah.
marathon with his Donald Duck hat on.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay goes, is he doing what I think he is? And we all look, and he's not even that far in, and he's pooping on a bush, like right there. And I was like, oh my god.
But the thing is, he was like, we were right at the back entrance of Epcot, so like he could have cheeked it for another like quarter of a mile to a
I
bathroom.
don't know if it was the norovirus. Maybe he couldn't.
Not even a porta potty. Like, you got a nice bathroom soon.
But the Donald Duck hat just made it even better.
The best.
During my first half, in Cone Alley, back by the Grand Flow, I'm like, and I remember hearing things about like the waste treatment plant, not realizing that that's on Bear Island Road near like on the marathon path. And I'm like, oh, I guess it is kind of behind Magic Kingdom, huh? No. The person running in front of me had trusted a fart.
Oh no.
I lived in fear for the next year. I literally, like, sometimes I was like, there's no way this is going to happen, but like, just in case it does, I was like, contemplated having an extra pair of underwear, like in my hydration vest. Cause I feared God for her. Like, I honestly respect like that. She definitely trusted a fart that she shouldn't have at mile 6 of a half marathon.
That's so early too.
And that's when you take 10 ammonium.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Like, I thought it was the waste, like, by, like, shades of green was, like, the waste treatment plant. No.
No.
Please
I
tell
had
me
no
that you
idea.
said that out loud and she heard you.
No, I was just, like, it was inside head thoughts. And
I was... have those sterile outside.
But I ran behind her for a while.
Oh, God bless you.
And her.
Honestly, yeah, because I was like, she's having a worse day than I am, clearly. So, like, her day is infinitely worse. Like, I lived in fear, though. There was a running joke of, like, I'm going to put an extra pair of underwear in my hydration vest just in case.
I feel like
now you're going to have me
pair of
thinking.
shorts.
Underwear and a Goofy.
Oh, there we go.
Or put the underwear on the Goofy.
Underwear?
Goofy in his underwear.
There we go.
No, but you know that those underwear you get printed, like, with your husband's face or whatever on it? Goofy. And then we'll all run races in them.
As long as Goofy is not, like, the cause of ass cheek chafing, then we're good.
Perfect.
Oh, but having Goofy cheeks is just not happening. My husband probably just heard that, and he's sometimes he especially just the darndest things that I say. He's like, "What are you talking about?"
I cannot. Now I just have this image of you in London pulling your pants down with these underwear on, and you're like, yeah. That would be on the front page of every newspaper.
I'll never be able to look at Goofy the same or Natalie.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Next time we see her, ask if Goofy's clapped for her lately.
Oh, my God. Yes.
See, I play a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley, so there's a lot of Goofy memes already going on in my household because Goofy has like or like you call Goofy in at 2 a.m. to sell him some rocks because your inventory is too full, or like just like that he says the darndest thing. So now, because he just absolutely books it across the valley, like he sprints at you. So now I'm gonna have to think about that too.
I love that.
Like he's gonna be there's some different services being sold at his stall if you're telling me something.
Goofy's up to some shenanigans.
I mean, canon, like he's the only one who we know is, so.
That was quite
so
funny.
And no one in the world will ever hear the rest of that.
Thank God.